So Brad Holdman Siegel and Jessica Salazar, both New York State senators, they have this great bill that's related to public safety. And what is that bill? Let's see what that bill says. This bill would ban cops from performing routine traffic stops. Now, the New York Post writes in there, like the one that nabbed a famous serial killer, most dangerous ever. I don't know why we need to highlight one specific scenario where car stops have nabbed murderers, because I think car stop is like one of the most basic tools of policing. It's like telling a carpenter, you can no longer use a Phillips head screwdriver. That's it. No more. We're taking the Phillips head screwdriver away from you. Can no longer use it. You can't use rubber mallets anymore. It's like, what? I need that every day. I use that every day. Car stop, basic level of public safety, not only for criminal behavior, but from the New York Democratic base, who does everything and anything to create more traffic, fine and tax people who drive cars, demonize them and paint them under traffic violence, do anything to alleviate and produce traffic safety. Yet this would create a whirlwind of public safety failures all around, and in my opinion, further emasculates the NYPD and the other surrounding agencies in New York with an inability to stop perpetrators, and another avenue for perpetrators and defense attorneys to use to sue, win money off of New York City, and discredit police officers.
We see in city local government in New York City just chipping away at the police department, and this is another bill that's going to hinder the police department. And if this bill actually passes, which I don't think it will. If it does, I mean, this is complete doomsday. But if this bill passes, it strips away an intrusive police work, which is the foundation to public safety. Eric Adams talks about public safety. There would be no need for khaki pants or Q teams or any of these teams doing intrusive police work if you remove car stops. Car stops are the bread and butter to illegal activity in New York City, especially the transportation of large amounts of narcotics, illegal firearms, transporting criminals, transporting human beings right now in human trafficking. And we're going to remove the ability to have a pretextual legal justification for a stop to have an encounter with an occupant or occupants of a car, which could lead to other crimes. This is absolutely insane. So, John, you're absolutely right. We're removing the Phillips screwdriver, removing the flathead screwdriver from you doing work out there. And we're saying, hey, get the job done, but we're going to take the tools away. No longer do you have a tool belt, but we still want you to get the job done. We still want you to get the job done. Still make sure that there's no criminals on the street. Make sure that New York City's safe, but we're not going to give you any tools. You're just going to go to work without any tools. This is insane. This is complete insanity.
Yeah, I mean, people are like, oh, it's not going to pass. I mean, maybe right now in the climate it doesn't, but the fact that anyone even had the gall to present it is another problem. I mean, the fact that they're even talking about this, because this is how things start. They're incremental, right? It starts as a bill and then you're desensitized to it. I mean, think of all of the other insane bills that passed. You can never put pressure on a resisting perpetrator's diaphragm or you're guilty of a misdemeanor. That's basically every time anyone resists arrest, you are going to, and every arrest since they have. Regardless of what type of tactics they try to deploy, everyone has put pressure on someone's diaphragm. So, I mean, these bills have passed time and time again. Legalizing urinating in the street. Why would we want to legalize urinating in the street? But we did it, right? Desensitized to it, right? It's like one thing after the other. And the fact that senators, elected state senators, Brad Holdman Siegel, who I believe, if I look it up, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I remember posting a certain union giving him funds. Our police union, let me back that up. I'm pretty sure I remember posting that he was given unions by funds. I'm not going to call the union out because I'm not 100% which one it was, but I'm pretty sure one of them did, and I posted about it. And Julia Salazar as well. So you have put your names behind them as an NYPD union, and here, this is your payback, right? And so yesterday, unrelated, I had put out something about Cuomo and Adams, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but someone had commented to me and said, I want to hone in on, it was something about the failures of bail reform and how they both supported it. And it was something along those lines. And the person stated to me that they wanted to hone in on the policy, not the politician. And I'm like, no, I'm sorry. We need to hone in on the politician that created the policy, that cheerleaded the policy, that put the policy into law, and not sit here and pretend like this thing has always been. No, this was the creation of somebody's mind, whether it was the politician that created and wrote the bill or not. More than likely it wasn't, because I don't think they're too good at writing, obviously, if they have to pay for op-eds. So it's not them that's writing this bill. Someone's coming to them with this bill like, hey, I need you to pass this bill. And here you go, Eric Adams with the pom-poms, Andrew Cuomo on the stage, pushing it through, signing it into law. People voted on it. I say the problem is not the policy. The problem is the people that created, passed it into law, and cheerleaded the policy. So no, we have to acknowledge that. And Julia Salazar, before this even gets put into place, Julia Salazar, Brad Holyman Siegel, any other co-sponsors of this bill, any person that might even say that they might vote in favor of this bill, needs to be called out immediately. And then, God forbid, this bill gets put into place. God forbid this bill gets put into place. We need to remind everybody every day that, hey, this person put that into place. And so, like, I'm not buying the whole, I need to get behind Andrew Cuomo because he's going to fight against the far right and the far left. No, sorry. He has a proven track record of failure. Sorry. If far left candidate gets in, guess what? Democratic Party, put up better Democrats. Republican Party, put up better Republicans. That's all I got to tell you.
First of all, it doesn't even make any sense. I mean, can you imagine? It's like going to the dealership, you buy a car, let's say whatever brand, and you take that car home and you start driving. You're like, you know what? This car's a piece of crap. And you know what? It's just it's built terrible. The structure to the car, everything's falling apart. So we're going to look at the car, and then we're not going to blame the people that built it. We're not going to blame the company that built that car. And the same thing goes for politics. We're not going to blame the politicians that administered and implemented ideology behind these bills. They built it. It's not something tangible like a car, but it's something that we could feel. It's something that we're affected by. So we're not going to look at the people that administered. It's almost like saying, well, you know what? The 50A for the cops has been a major problem. It's created a hurdle. Cops are being harassed because of the 50A. If anybody, if you're not NYPD, 50A is public record of a police officer, civilian complaint record, disciplinary record. It's open to the public. So when it comes to 50A, we're not going to blame Cuomo for repealing and creating legislation for the 50A. We're not going to blame Cuomo that cops are in a position right now where they're being battered and just completely belittled, that cops are timid to do their job, that they're attacked by agitators because of the 50A, and that it's actually leading to potential corruption because they can hold cops hostage with their 50A, with their public record. Let's not blame Cuomo. So who should we blame?
Yeah, it's crazy. Bob Holden comments on the bill. He says, this bill is insanity on steroids. Only in New York would someone seriously propose banning cops from stopping drivers for broken lights, expired plates, or tinted windows, violations that often leads to the arrest of dangerous criminals. Joel Rifkin was caught during a routine car stop. The son of Sam was traced because of a parking ticket. These minor infractions have taken serial killers, gang members, and illegal guns off of our streets. I'm just going to double down on that and said that occurs every day on the streets of New York City and across this nation. Criminals do not follow traffic laws. They speed, they drive unregistered, uninsured cars, they break the rules, they take away one of the most basic, effective enforcement tools is reckless and dangerous. And calling it racist to enforce traffic laws, that's not just absurd, it's offensive. Manhattan needs to stop electing lunatics. They should be in an insane asylum, not in a state legislature. She is
outstanding, Bob Holden. Honestly, that's the best piece I've heard in a while by someone that has an ability to actually hold these people accountable. Someone that's actually serving the public. That's outstanding. That's exactly what it is. Just total lunacy. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, what these politicians indicate to the public is, well, yeah, we want it to be safe. We want the cops to solve crimes, but we just want to take away all their ability to actually all the tools. We'll take away just the fundamentals of policing. This isn't safe. He's right.
Can I give you the rationale? Let me give you the rationale for why I'm going to tell you why we need this bill. All right, because you're a blonde-haired, blue-eyed racist. Right? You've been out there on the streets, doing horrible things your whole life, and you don't understand this. So let me break it down for you. Let me break it. This is the basis for every bill.
Please do, because I need that.
This is the basis for every bill, by the way, going forward. White drivers, on average, receive 1.3 tickets per stop compared to 2 tickets for black drivers and 2.1 for Latino drivers. So black and brown people are disproportionately given tickets proposed to white people. So we need to get rid of car stops.
You know what's interesting, right? It's almost, and that's another thing. We didn't say it earlier. Almost every bill or proposal that comes out of city council or state legislators when it comes to New York state law is for the most part, overwhelming majority is based on racism. Can you think of a bill that's not based on racism? The How Many Stops Act, that's based on racism. The gang database, the argument has been racial profiling. The Right to Know Act is based on racism. This proposal is based on racism. So can we think of anything that's not based on racism? If you ask me, this is all based on a feeling. You feel that blacks are ticketed more often than whites based on this data. Where is this data from? And does it reflect the crime trends in a particular area? Again, I think these analytics are just something that can't even be looked at. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is insane.
This has been the basis for the last 8 years of passing legislation in city council and the state assembly and the state senate. This has been the basis of every piece of. I hate calling it public safety because it's not a public safety bill. This is the opposite of public safety. The pro crime. Maybe we'll call it that, pro crime. Because this was the basis for people not getting urinating summonses, defecating in the street. This was the basis for getting rid of the gang database. This is the basis for not arresting people on the street for marijuana use. This is the basis for not giving people criminal court summonses for drinking. This is literally the basis of every bill. Black and brown people get issued at a disproportionate rate. It doesn't matter that black and brown people commit the offenses at a higher rate. It doesn't matter that the neighborhood is all black and brown people, and there's no white people to even give summonses to. It doesn't matter because we could just use this metric. And again, like we said when we did the episode on the gang database, this is also true for rape, robbery, and murder. Are we going to legalize those? Are we going to stop locking people up because black and brown people are disproportionately arrested and charged and prosecuted for murder? Are we going to do that? And if not, why not? Because that's the basis of every other bill you passed. So that it makes literally zero sense.
You've just watched a clip from our live episode. Click the description to watch the full episode. Like, share, and subscribe for more videos just like this.